Okay, sorry. I'm fairly new to this, so it's kind of still a work in progress. But it looks like it's working. I don't know. It's saying I might be experiencing issues. I don't know. This is all new. Wait, hold on. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see what might be happening. Okay. One day I'll have this all down and it'll be all good. Okay, let me see. Hey Rachel M, how are you? Welcome. Can you see let's see. Can you see my banner? I think I might be having a little bit of an issue with the banner. I'm not 100% sure. So let me know if you can see the banner or not. Let me know if y'all can see. And I apologize for things being a little slow to start. I'm new to this podcast banner thing, so I am trying to learn. So if anybody can tell me if you can see my banner. Oh, okay, good. Okay. Awesome. Yay. So my goal in this, I don't know what you'd call it, podcast, I don't know, is to kind of create a very calm and soothing atmosphere as I discuss issues, or I wouldn't say issues, I guess current true crime stories and also hot topics within the community, because true crime in itself is, it's not the most positive, because we talk about crimes and murders and tragedies, pain, anger, and so it's very emotionally draining on many levels, and like many others, I myself become very much invested in certain I don't want to say just murder, certain murder cases, yeah. And of course, you know, the main one being the Watts case. And it's one that has gripped the true crime community and unfortunately has caused division amongst the true crimers. and the subscribers. And I guess, again, that's why I want to create this segment, for it to be a place where you feel safe, you feel heard, you can ask questions, seek answers, and not be bullied in any way, because I will never tolerate bullying. So that's kind of the mission statement, if you will, I guess, of this. And right now I'm not looking at the chat like vigilantly, so I will definitely intermittently be, of course. I know that it's funny, huh, Rachel? So let's, before we get into the nitty gritty, let's just kind of take a moment to kind of take some deep breaths, just kind of close your eyes and continue to kind of breathe in and out, and just try to reach a place of calmness. Okay. So, with the Watts case, and like I said, the division that has happened, and the YouTubers that have used their platforms in ways that don't necessarily promote a sound agenda, more like her, just like I said, bullying. And one in particular, of course, is Molly Golightly. And like many of you guys, when the Watts case, when the story broke, she was one of the YouTubers that I watched. And I mean, other than her boisterous, kind of in your face, loud craziness, overall, I didn't have any reason to question anything per se. And like many of you guys, I was duped. And when the video of the live stream where she mocked Shanann mercilessly. I was just, well, first of all, brokenhearted because already the family was dealing with so much. Hey, Save Robbie, how are you doing? Welcome. The case in itself was so tragic and horrific. And to see Molly just like mock her and make fun of her, a woman that was murdered, pregnant woman, and her 2 beautiful babies, and by her husband. I, from that point forward, could no longer support that. And for me, because her channel grew significantly because of her association with the Watts case, for me, it felt like such a betrayal to the family and to the subscribers. And for her to be a life coach, a certified life coach, as she says, and to conduct herself in that manner, and to now be at war with Frankie, Shanann's brother, is beyond heartbreaking for me, and I find it completely despicable. There's just no excuse for it. This family is still mourning, and on top of that, when Chris Watts, like I said, aka Satan in the flesh, came out with his newest confession and the horrific details, they now have to mourn all over again. And for me, I can't even imagine the pain and the heartbreak that they are having to endure. And of course, on top of that, dealing with the nice spectrum of supporters, from supporters of Shanann and the Rzuceks all the way to supporting Chris Watts and the Watts family. And the things that are being put out there, the words that are being admitted into the universe, blasted on social media carelessly by people that seem to really only have one solid agenda, and that would be themselves. And if, like, speaking of empathy, as Critical K was talking about in her live stream, I really can't say that she really knows truly what empathy is. She claims to, but I really don't think she truly understands or truly feels it. I have no doubt she has cognitive empathy, but true empathy is the ability to see somebody in pain, be it emotional, physical, and despite not being in their exact situation, being able to feel and put yourself in their shoes, as people would say, and to feel that pain as if it was your own. And I guess really quickly, sticking along with like Critical K and her freedom of speech video she did recently. And I did put a video up, but I was literally, I had stayed up all night and I was exhausted. So I'm going to kind of touch upon that really quick. So we have freedom of speech. Yes. According to the U.S. Constitution. But we do not have freedom of consequences and repercussions that transpire when we exercise our rights. Because even though we have rights, those rights come with responsibility and let's see, I'm trying to think of the best word. Responsibility and accountability. Because once you exercise your right, and in this case, speech, it doesn't mean that you exercising your freedom of speech and you say things that offend, that hurt, that bully, that cause pain, you're going to face consequences. Period. And according to, and she quoted, what is it, the U.S. United Nations rights for human rights or something, Article 19. And it does discuss that you have the right basically to relay your information through any social platform, with no bias to frontiers. But she didn't know that it had been amended to state that you have basically to be able to exercise and say your piece and put it out there for the world. It comes with special responsibilities and in considerations, and so that pretty much sums that up, you know. So I kind of got off on a side bar there, but back on the situation with Frankie. When it's been, I guess, a few weeks ago, I put a video out responding to Marissa's, one of her videos, where she was basically insinuating that she was basically going to throw Frankie under the bus. And I was appalled and it had to do with the trip to New Orleans, okay, where she got arrested. And there had been some money raised for him and his family. And it kind of seemed, it even seems now it's like it was a cluster F of a situation anyways. But the fact that, she would potentially, she was threatening to expose, I guess, him. And I, in my response, I just, like I am now, defending Frankie, defending the Rzuceks, defending basically their whole family, and pleading for respect for their grief and their trauma and their mourning over the loss of Shanann, the beautiful Shanann, inside and out, who was pregnant with baby Nico and Bella and Cece. And for me, what really fueled the fire too is recently, literally, that second confession from Chris came out. Satan in the flesh. And I mean, could you imagine basically, just for a second, and let's practice empathy. Imagine that, put yourself in their shoes, and your loved one died, was murdered horrifically, and the case, the perpetrator was caught. He's now in prison, and you begin your mourning process. And even though Chris only at first admitted to just murdering Shanann, anybody with half a brain would know that as it's come out, that was spoon fed to him to just get him to just confess because he was guilty. But he went ahead and pleaded guilty. But beyond that, there wasn't any more details. So then, a few months later, this new confession comes out, and your worst fears of, the scenario that you didn't have complete confirmation on was realized. And for me, it almost feels like this time it is so much worse. Because yes, it was, when this all first happened, the loss of Shanann and the babies was earth-shattering. But to have to be privy to the most horrific details and to now have to live with the voice of Bella. Pleading for her life. I can't even imagine. And Frankie has commented several times now on my videos, thanking me for his support. And for supporting him in this situation between him and Marissa or Molly Golightly. And I remember a few weeks back when he first commented, I was just, oh my gosh, I was like, oh my goodness. I just felt so honored to be able to personally tell him how to give him my sincerest condolences and let him know that how much my heart breaks for them and that they're in my prayers. And it was just such an honor. So thank you, Frankie, for commenting and allowing me to express my heartbreak for your family and you. And I am here, as well as many others. I am here to support you and your family through your darkest hours. In any way that I can help you, let me know. Because like I said, this series or segment, Serving Up a Piece of Justice, is a place where everyone can feel safe and feel love and support and lifting each other up. And so, Frankie, you have an army out here for you. So, now, I know that with all situations, there's the two sides, the two perspectives, and then in the middle, there's the truth, right? But for me, and this is why I stand to advocate for Frankie and his family, because in our darkest hours, we're a shell of a human being. We are, in our darkest hours, we feel hopeless. We feel terrified. We feel lost. And for me, and I am not in any way saying or comparing or anything like that to their situation, but right now I'm going through probably one of the darkest periods of my life. And so I completely understand how much support and love and understanding that somebody needs to just make it through each day, because you're in survival mode. You're in survival mode. And we're not going to be our best selves. We're not going to be, your world is crashing around you. So I'm not saying that Frankie's perfect, or because nobody's perfect. But what I do know is that he is a victim. He is in a dark period of his life, and he needs love and he needs support and grace. He doesn't need some YouTuber exposing him, calling him a drug addict, calling him an abuser. It just knocks the wind out of me to think about that. And there's multiple YouTubers, that have just spit vile claims against him. And I have to say, how dare you? How dare you use your platform so recklessly, so viciously, so self-servingly? You should be ashamed of yourselves. Period. There's no excuse. Oh, thank you, Blue Topaz. Yeah, I will definitely share. But I don't want to, right now, I don't want to I'm trying, you know what I mean? I don't want to compete or, you know what I mean? I want to focus just, on Frankie and that whole horrendous situation. But Blue Topaz, I so appreciate that. It means so much to me. It really does. And I will share probably next I don't know what I call this podcast. Yes, Red Raven Spirit. I know. And also, oh, you guys, I'm going to be sharing a video. Well, okay, I'm going to ask you guys this, okay? If you guys think that I should put this video out. So, in my last video about talking about Frankie and Go Lightly, I mentioned, I asked Marissa about, about her being an escort in the past, and I have the video of her, and it's her. And this is why and that's why I am not one to, I don't seek to hurt people ever. Ever, ever, ever. But I am a true advocate. You hear everybody, all these YouTubers, I'm an advocate. Let me tell you what it means to be an advocate. Okay, I have two children with special needs, and I have to advocate all the time for their education, for their inclusion, services. I have a daughter with type 1 diabetes. I'm just naturally an advocate. I cannot stand to see injustice. I cannot stand bullying. I cannot stand victims being shamed or hurt even more. So I truly am an advocate. And I never want to do anything maliciously, but I do feel like the video that to share about her and her past, I feel like it needs to be shared, because again, there are lots of people that follow her and subscribe to her, not just her channel, but her as a person. And she is a certified life coach and makes money guiding people through their darkest hours and I just feel like a person yeah. All it is the actual footage of the show that this particular episode that she was on. Red Raven, I will give it to her that she has a bigger than life personality. She's, pretty good at like voice, like impersonations and stuff. But she also mocks people and bullies people, and that's not okay. And she lies and she dramatizes things, and she speaks upon things before she even has any true evidence or, otherwise. And so for me, I just feel like it's just a tidbit of knowledge that needs to be put out there, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's when I watched it, because it has to do with living a secret life, having a secret from your loved ones. And in this show, they never show her face head on, and they make her voice a little higher, but there's no mistaking her voice. So, I think especially, especially in the midst of all this, with her putting out videos and showing text messages and, and just exposing unnecessarily and just hatefully exposing Frankie. And I'm not saying that I want to drag somebody's name in the mud or anything like that. I'm like, okay, well, here's something that, I believe people should know if they're going to follow you and depend on you to guide them through life. And I just, again, that's me, I'm advocating for the followers, I can't help that. So, let me know, guys, because all it is just footage from the show. That's it. Do y'all think, do you think I should? Again, it's not, I'm not making up a story or making up some lies or, I just want, for me, I want to try to spread as much love and peace, and but also share and educate and try to stop ignorance, too. Because, ignorance is dangerous on a million different levels. But you guys, this was really nice, and I'm glad you guys joined me for this, and I plan on continuing with these, and really, like I said, this being a safe space, this being a true place for justice, and for justice for victims, and of all crimes, bullying, everything. A place not where drama will be perpetuated per se. I can't stand that, Purple Perplexed, Laura, and just, oh my gosh, it's like, no, we're not going to have that here, okay? This is going to be a safe, relaxing place to discuss the news events that are happening, the crimes, and the hot topics in a loving and peaceful way. Thank you, yeah. And I mean, my parody characters, they're fun to do, and for me, parodies they're literally dramatized versions of people, places, and things. And also my characters are, like my Mabel Gibberish is like a countrified version, So they're inspired by, and it's just a way of, I don't know, just try to keep it like kind of lighthearted. What happened, Southern Mom? Oh my God. I mean, I'll tell you, Mel, I had to dig for that one, dig deep, but man, the cuss words, but that's how she talks, and I'm just like, good God, F this, and, bitch that, and, but, it's like, for me, it's just, like I said, it's just to bring comic relief, basically. Oh. Yeah, I went in for a second, and I really, so, is J for Justice, was she the old podcaster or whatever of Critical K? Yes, yeah, I named her Lucifina. because her name's Laura, and but yes, it's Lucifina, direct familial ties to Lucifer. And it's really just, like I said, it's there's nothing disrespectful about it. It's just comic relief with the situation being so tense and toxic, and I will continue to do my parodies, but yeah. So okay, so are you saying yes that J for Justice is Jennifer, or with Crystal it's Jasmine? I don't know. I was a little confused in that live of J for Justice. I just didn't quite I didn't know like what. And then, she had that, I could tell she had that aggression, just like Kay. Okay, Jennifer. Like, like I said, with my parody character Crystal of Kay, it's Jasmine. Oh man, yeah. Just watch my parodies of her. And it's funny, tonight she was just talking about like how video games. And literally it's so funny, but like some of the things I've said in the parodies, they have said later on. Like, I don't know. It's just strange, but I was just talking. I always say, the gaming is my real reality. And she's just like, there I know who my enemies are. And all this stuff. It's like, really, I would like to actually, go toe to toe with her. Not in a, just debating, basically. Because she always says she slays her people. No. No. And it's just, oh my God, like, she's just, I don't know. I can't with her. Like, I just like the fact that she's just sticks up for Chris in any way, shape, or form. I can't. It's despicable. And they'll be like, we don't. Yes, you do. And bashes Shanann. It's like, how dare you? Despicable. But you guys, I'm so glad that you guys came. It was at a very, I know, the haters. And I was in one of her lives, and they, because she was calling out her haters. I was the only one. Because she saw one of my parody videos and stuff, and they tore into me. And it's like, and what I see is that they are like high school mean girls, and also she refuses to believe the truth regardless of the proof. It's like, what the heck? It's delusional. So, and like, that's just one where again, she talks about freedom of speech, but she is reckless and irresponsible with her platform, and it's despicable how much hateful energy she could put towards Shanann and the Watts. Not the Watts. No, she doesn't. She loves the Watts, but the Rzuceks. It's just despicable. Yeah, deflection, gaslighting, and I have experienced myself, and I'll get into that in another next podcast. Have a great day, and hopefully your hair comes out great. Sending love and peace with you. But I know very well gaslighting and deflection. Thank you. Yeah, it was, but I held my own. But really, I mean, if she's really, I mean, I don't think she would, I mean, I think she would, you guys, I would love to go on a panel with her and just talk about her perspective and ideas and mine. And yeah, so it's like hashtag, what would you say? Hashtag epic debate between making lemonade and critical K. But you guys, this has been great, and I hope that you will join me for all of the future serving up a piece of justice, and just, spread love, peace, compassion, and let's support each other, and let's care, and always fight for justice and be the voice for victims. And we stand behind you, Frankie. I hope you all have a great day. And I will talk to you very soon. Love you all. Yes, group hug. Actually, really quick, let's group hug. Everybody, let's decompress from this. Just take some more deep breaths and give each other a long distance hug. And just feel the love and support from each other. Have a great day, guys.